Isn't it like you want to go to the places listed in the guidebook?
But, once you've been there for a day, that's enough.
How about you?
I often feel like even if I go to the same places as everyone else, it doesn't really matter. Maybe it's fine if it's my first time in a country though. But for me, like with Korea, how many times have I been there already? I've been there like 5 or 6 times, but as I keep going, I start to feel like, then what's the point of just going to the same places? On the contrary, I'd be happier if I could go to places where the real locals hang out, but I always wonder where those places actually are. It's hard to figure out how to find them.
Even if I look things up all the time, Nakamura.
I do try to look things up, but it's really hard to find anything.
Haha, that's true. How are you even supposed to look these things up? Yeah, seriously.
One way is to just go without any plans and see what happens.
Just go and see for yourself.
That's absolutely right. And you can simply go and check out various places like that, but that's truly about all you can realistically do. In the end, you might try to look on Google Maps, but you can only really search effectively from the specific city you're currently staying in. For example, when considering vibrant places like Myeongdong or bustling Ikebukuro, you can only look from your current location there. I don't even know if I can actually go back to those places, and I can't really show you any specific locations that are already widely and famously well known to everyone.
Isn't something like Airbnb, okay?
Airbnb, the company.
You stay there and then the host finally comes.
I've hardly ever used Airbnb, to be honest. The host, in most cases, always puts their own work first and foremost.
What was truly the best, most memorable trip you've ever taken?
I feel like it really depends on the place and the people, so it might not be much of a hint. That's just how it feels. Like when I bought something on a trip.
Like, the tourist spots were really good.
Yeah, right? I got to see views I normally wouldn't get to see.
Sorry, just now.
Follower,
Where do you want to go now?
if I were to go somewhere quickly, anywhere would be totally fine.
I just went to Korea and it was my first time in Busan.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
It's crazy, right? In Korea, Google Maps, Navermap, and Kakao Map, the voice navigation is wild, isn't it?
Really?
I didn't feel that way. I mean, you can't really use Google Maps at all, right?
You can't buy it. But on the other hand, the only reviews left there are from tourists. So it's like, today, only tourists can do touristy things.
Yeah. And with the Navermap application and all that stuff, if you don't meticulously enter the exact name correctly, it simply doesn't show up at all, does it really?
Totally.
Isn't that the case in Korea? That was really tough. You really need local knowledge, right? The hardest thing for us right now is figuring out how to incentivize locals and create a system where local people can easily gather information anywhere. That's really difficult.
While we're on the topic,
There are already people who have been incentivized as homestay hosts and have a certain network. But of course, we need more. So we're thinking about how to further incentivize people.
Yeah.
We still haven't quite figured that particular part out yet. We are actively trying various different things, but that's precisely where we currently are right now.
Those kinds of people go out and collect data, right?
The difficult part is that you can scrape all sorts of information from Google Maps or Instagram, like taking photos and gathering data. You could enhance your platform by uploading that scraped data and then, over time, gradually have real people register properly. But if you're just pulling information from Google Maps and the like, all you're really doing is filtering existing data for your platform, not creating any unique value. So it's not really a core value proposition.
That's true. It just kind of comes into existence on its own.
But on the other hand, if you do it that way, it takes a lot of time to build up the information. That's something we've debated a lot, and for now, we haven't gone with the quick and easy just scrape and upload strategy. But I do keep thinking that approach is also valid. First, you just fill out the information and make it robust.
If you try to make the information itself the core value, you can't just do things quickly and easily.
I feel like information itself does become valuable, or rather, it becomes valuable through its connections. So maybe it's better to focus on gathering resources from the start, even if it's a bit messy and time-consuming. There's always the temptation to just collect things quickly and easily, but I'm really trying to resist that urge.
That is precisely what I am doing at this very moment.
I really like thinking about things like that, like the strategic layer and all.
so you think about strategy?
I mean, I think it's totally fun when things are super neat and organized, but I also want to do more original stuff like data analysis and so on.
Improve my skills.
Yeah.
I feel like I could do a lot of different things.
Sounds fun.
That's kind of how I feel. I mean, I can write really simple scripts and stuff, but when it comes to doing the kind of analytical work the data team does, I'm not sure I could handle that myself.
How about you?
I'm more interested in how to analyze things, I think.
I feel like that's the important part. Like, even with things like music recommendation or AI.
Yeah.
But that's entirely different, isn't it? I mean, that's a completely separate matter.
Did you ever consider working for a company or something as a career? Like building a global team or something like that?
That very specific part or aspect,
I never really had that idea, especially with Peshipai.
Is there anything you want to create? You seem like you'd make a good founder.
I'm a bit...
Unique after all.
I wonder if being unique means I'm actually moving forward.
I think it's the era of design founders now.
But I truly wonder if it's truly impossible for many people who possess a designer's unique perspective.
Absolutely.
From a technical standpoint,
The part I really regret is back before I met Awa-san, I was in a team that was basically all engineers. At that time, you were only valued by the engineers, right? Like if you couldn't program, you were done for.
speaking for myself, it was really tough on my stomach.
Looking back, and something I'm really conscious of now, which I also mentioned in my message, is that I think we should put design at the center. Or rather, unless designers are at the core of the product, I really don't think you can succeed globally. I feel that strongly. Products and designers are, in a sense, the ultimate service, right? So if you can satisfy people, that's all that matters. Whether it's coding or making some app feature work automatically with a single tap, those are just minor details. The real point is, even if it's just one-on-one, if you can satisfy someone or if you have that sense of hospitality, that's what matters. The conclusion is, people who are considerate and attentive are the ones who move us. But if you only have engineers, you lose that, and the product ends up the same way.
You know?
So in the end, if you just bring over the shell, so to speak, it's meaningless. What's far more important is having a sensibility that isn't just a typical psychopath's, one that can genuinely empathize with people. I think engineering exists only to leverage that, to help it scale. That's the real purpose of engineering. And the technology that enables that, I believe, is design. Design is about who you're making something for, why, and how you ensure even the smallest details survive. So what the innovation or technology side should do is match up to that design as closely as possible. I often wonder, why didn't we realize this obvious thing from the start? That's why I talked about Figma. I have so much respect for Figma's design, and I wanted to experience what it's like at one of the top design-driven companies, so that's why I went.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I totally get that.
You know what I really mean?
First of all, they're having fun, and everything is crafted with such detail, like in movies. If you're not doing work that amazing, it doesn't even feel like work. Well, it's still work, but isn't it just not fun otherwise? I really like how it feels like they're just having fun themselves and simply sharing that with everyone. That's the vibe I get. The US has a lot of companies like that, like Airbnb or Figma, where there's this overwhelming dedication to design that results in truly creative products. I think the US really values and celebrates that kind of thing, but in Japan, there are almost no products like that. So I end up reaching out in that direction a lot, and that's part of the background when I talk with people from the US.
That much.
I have a lot of respect for designers. Talking with designers is honestly my favorite thing. I really believe that design should be at the center of everything. Even now, our team has a high proportion of designers, and the company has a designer-oriented culture. I only think interesting things can come from that. Isn't that strange? Isn't it odd? But I think it's precisely because that's unusual that there's an opportunity there. If that's supposed to be the norm, why doesn't everyone aim for that?
Don't you think so?
Don't you? We're not designers ourselves, but why doesn't everyone aim for that direction? Isn't that how it is? That's absolutely true. If you don't care about design, I don't think you can be proud of yourself. I mean, is there any point in making a product you can't be proud of? At the extreme end of not being able to be proud of your work, isn't that basically like fraud or those info products? In the end, no matter how strong your marketing skills or whatever are, I think you're just causing harm. Marketing skills and such don't really mean much. Sales that only come from your own tricks are meaningless. Sales only have value when you're delivering something genuinely good. I really believe that, and I want to be like that too.
But still, from Kongkan's perspective, I think there's a certain number of times you have to engage with design to really get it. I totally understand that. For me, I didn't start out wanting to be a designer in the future or anything. I was just a regular engineer who ended up doing design work. At first, I thought design was just about making things look pretty. But as I kept doing it, I realized it's completely different. Now I see that design has so many more aspects. For example, being able to create a certain mood or communicate something important, those are crucial points that design enables. That's how I ended up getting into design like this.
It was as if my entire perspective was severely restricted by all sorts of common, everyday assumptions.
That's absolutely right. Even now, there are so many things I genuinely don't really know or fully understand, like, for example, the police and various other complex systems. But when it truly comes to the field of design, people just tend to think it's primarily about making things look aesthetically pleasing.
That's true.
Yeah, I really felt that way too, especially when I first joined my current company.
I didn't really understand the importance of design that much either.
They thought it was important, but on the other hand, it was like they just expected me to make things look pretty to tidy things up. But as I kept working in the field, my perspective changed. Now, the company is actually hiring designers like me, and we're really thinking about how to create good experiences, not just focusing on appearances. We're starting from the question of what we can do to make a truly good experience, and that's a big shift.
There are other jobs like customer support, but I think it would be better if designers were in charge of all of them. I think they would definitely come up with good solutions. That's what communication designers do.
Myself,
It's not that I'm doing it myself.
I have a few things I do, but my main role is a foot in the program.
In terms of communication, right?
When it comes to communication, what should I call it? A graphic designer.
Or something like that.
It's kind of like an extensive and comprehensive extension of design, where you effectively use your creative skills and artistic talents to facilitate clear and effective communication between various people. For example, when a brand new project is about to commence and start in the company, and we collectively decide to hold a significant kickoff event, I meticulously think about how to thoughtfully approach that kickoff, how to visually present it graphically at the very end. That particular sort of thing is probably precisely what I truly mean by communication. And in the end,
It's like in the end, how do you bridge that gap? Or how do you distribute it? Or how do you design that final stage?
how do you convey the message?
Exactly.
Right, that's it. Yeah, that's really important.
Yeah, it really is. Truly, incredibly super important. It's something that absolutely cannot be overlooked.
sure, comes up, doesn't it?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
But you can't just rely on intuition, so I think it's pretty tough.
For us too, right before launch, maybe a day after we started to see some PMF, we always make sure to bring in a proper creative director and get really particular about the graphic design. We make it into an exciting map, paying attention to every detail, including the colors, and it ends up being this super striking, global level design.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you're going to use it globally.
There are some people who are really, truly strong in terms of visual design. You know what I mean?
Do you know anyone like that? In the end, we really want someone who can do that at BXC.
Yeah,
BXC's physical business, if I remember correctly.
yeah.
If someone strong could join us,
I mean, I don't really know what we do, but there just aren't many people like that. So if you know anyone, I'd love to talk to them. Even when making those visual maps, I feel like they're really deep. Here, we really need proper visual design. Visual design is important. In Japan, people like that usually go into crafts or something, right? Like at Zensu and such.
Everyone in the office,
They don't really come out to the field or anything.
and even if they do, honestly, it takes a lot of effort for them to really fit in.
It's not like they're super stiff or anything, but they end up kind of like a water balloon, just not blending in well.
They're expected to work at an insanely fast pace, but actually it's kind of the opposite for that kind of work.
Normally, you don't need to go that fast at all.
you do need speed, but the level of quality expected is a bit different. At the main branch, they've really tightened things up before moving forward.
Communication.
First, try putting it out there, see how it goes. Adjust as needed.
There will be some rework, so it's like you're expected to move at a super fast pace right from the early prototype stage.
Yeah, indeed, that's right.
And ultimately, it's really important to carefully consider how to effectively use design for significant business growth. If that crucial element is missing, like when you simply say you're going to create something truly creative, it's like, well, if you know someone who can probably competently handle that, please do your absolute best
How
to coordinate things.
are you truly able to keep going with your current projects? By the way, since you are currently freelancing and working independently, are you actively looking for additional work opportunities? Specifically, what kind of jobs or projects are you searching for at this moment? For example, what particular type of applications or specific fields are you most interested in pursuing?
For me, I'm pretty strong in B2B. B2B is my strength.
When you have that kind of experience,
Perhaps that is indeed better. Of course, I have certainly done B2B work, but I actually possess more extensive experience with B2C.
yeah, maybe that's good enough for right now, I suppose.
That's what I've been thinking, but
Speaking of designers, Okayu, I've seen Awai-san's impressive work on Twitter before, and I'm always so captivated by it.
I've seen your posts too.
Up until freelancing.
yeah, you really did a truly great job there.
From what I've personally observed and truly seen, that's not really the typical vibe or atmosphere at all. It's much more relaxed and genuinely soft in its approach, but they still manage to articulate precisely what absolutely needs to be communicated and said. That particular individual is now pretty much fully immersed in the formal professional scene, but originally, they were a highly skilled and independent freelancer and would consistently get various interesting projects and such. I can certainly introduce you to them if you would like to connect. I genuinely think she possesses a great deal more knowledge and insight about it, so it might be exceptionally good and beneficial to connect with her directly.
But without talking about her, what do you think about the project itself?
Also, she would like to be able to speak English fluently too, so that might be good as well.
That would be great, yeah.
My mom asked me to, so please get feedback from Awai-san and let it come back around.
Yes.
I would be truly happy if you could do a little something like, "Oh, this is precisely how things are around here," while lightening the overall screen processing.
I see. It appears that this screen may not be an authentic Nikon product.
It simply won't remain there for a long time.
Biolog, yep, the perfect solution for your needs.
Masuiroska.
Use of color and shadows.
Sorry,
Alright then, top
it's okay if you don't load it.
1.
Let's do it once.
So, what exactly should I do from here then?
Place.
It's truly a matter of the specific location, right? If you happen to land at a particular station or perhaps a cozy inn, it might indeed change quite a bit.
Also, since we haven't really fleshed it out on the main phone, at first you might just sit there, right? What should we do?
Yeah, it's like, what exactly should we do about this? This is, after all, the store's official voice.
AI seems to really like catchy phrases or memorable taglines like that, it appears.
I see, so that is precisely how this particular person truly is.
The person who posted it is taking on the challenge.
You can go to this person's page.
Yeah, we are just now in the process of creating this brand new profile page, and it's a wonderful chance to really work on the overall design. Bold.
I see.
And from there, you can also send messages.
So, this person is doing this.
Right now, the design is different, but as you use it, it feels like you can choose and switch between them. It's that kind of experience.
Okay, I really want to try this out. So, overall, if I carefully process it,
Go ahead.
it would be nice if you could jump to it no matter how you process it, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
Right.
look here.
That is absolutely true.
You can go to Bookkomi too.
Yes, this one too, yes.
Isn't this AI? Yeah.
If you look, I'll do it really.
This is just the final one.
If you want from Pro Plus or something,
You can post it yourself.
that's the most recommended part.
Is it okay if I do this in Japanese?
Yes, go ahead.
It's called Coffee Save.
Well, it's kind of like you can set a range, but I want to do things like send people directly there, that sort of thing.
Of course, ideally it would be here, right?
Not yet, but things like someone saying they've been there, or everyone being able to see it, or me wanting to go and getting contacted through ProFilm, those kinds of experiences. That's what I'm talking about.
So you can easily save this and keep it securely for future reference, always, right?
Yes, that's right. What do you think about these icons, like the color map or the style of the icons?
Yeah, but that's exactly what Ken-san explicitly said he was posting about 10 Sports, specifically regarding the recent developments and updates.
Right, right.
He said he was watching skiing.
He said he was gonna do it.
Oh, is that really so? It was quite cute and very easy to imagine.
Do you like the look?
Well, I honestly don't really know for sure, but it was kind of like the term brogal, and it genuinely seems like the younger generation has also started using it quite frequently too.
Is the younger generation starting to use iPhones now?
I wonder. If you ask me if that's really the case, not at all, actually.
I see now.
It's not really what you'd call flat, you know?
Right.
At the end, like with banks and stuff.
Got it.
Uh,
Like with Momo and such?
it kind of feels like it's more popular in certain regions.
Yeah.
People who are called can't be left out types, they tend to like that kind of thing. Well, to put it bluntly.
Yeah, I actually go back and forth quite a bit myself too. Some people are definitely saying it's actually much, much better over there in that particular situation.
Well, it's still easy to understand in the pre-community, but when it comes to Shatapenia or whatever,
It's like one of those categories, like restaurants or the vibe too.
about this level is just right.
Thank you for your hard work. Just a bit.
I can't really tell if I got used to the quality or not.
Alright, just keep up the great work.
I'll certainly do my very best.
You can do it.